Hello and good morning, yogis. Welcome to your online yoga studio. My name is Megan and I'm going to lead you through a 1-hour restorative class. You're going to need a few props for my class. So you can grab a pillow. If you have a bolster, cool. I don't think most people have bolsters at home, so no worries. Grab yourself a pillow or two. Grab a blanket. Grab 2 blocks. Or if you don't have blocks, you can use books or Amazon boxes, something like that. Grab a strap. Where's my strap? Grab a strap, and if you don't have a strap, you can use a belt of some sort, a rope, anything that is belt-like. And we're gonna go ahead and get started on our backs. So you're gonna pull your pillow up to your low back. You are sitting on your blanket. And then you're gonna make your way down onto your pillow. Bring your arms out to your sides, palms facing up. Oh, I forgot to tell you that I always have playlists made for you on Spotify. My username is Megan of the Moon, M-E-G-A-N, and I have a ton of restorative playlists on there. So if you want some groovy beats, head over to Spotify, click on any of the restorative playlists, and then make your way back into a laying down position on your pillow. Once you're nice and settled on your back, I want you to take a big inhale through your nose, fill up. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Start to sink into your pillow. Relax into your space, into your body. Quiet down through your mind. Start to deepen your breath. You take a 5-second inhale, take a 5-second exhale. Becoming hyper aware of your breath. Starting to deepen, maybe you even get into a 7-second inhale, 7-second exhale. And as you breathe, releasing any lingering distractions. Any thoughts of the day, anything that's not serving you in this next hour, try to really just let it go. Try to tap into the space, into your body, the sensations happening into your body, your breath. And try to release any tension of the mind, tension of the body. If you're holding tension in your forehead or your brows, unfurrow through your brows, relax your forehead. Your tongue is at the roof of your mouth. Let it fall from the roof of your mouth. Unhinge your jaw. Maybe you even open your mouth nice and wide. Stretch your jaw out for a moment. And let it go. Relax all the muscles in your neck and your shoulders. Let your shoulders be heavy down your back, heavy on your mat, or your pillow rather. And start to feel and maybe even visualize this relaxed flow of energy running down from your shoulders into your arms, your biceps. You can even put a color or texture to it. Allow it to relax every muscle in your body along your way, relaxing through your arms, making its way around your elbows, into your forearms, your wrists, circling around your wrists, and then making its way around your palms and into your fingers. Maybe you even start to feel that pulsing sensation at your fingertips. If you can feel that pulsing sensation, breathe life into it. Exhale there. See if you can grow that sensation. And come back to your breath. Back to those long inhales and exhales. Start to fill up your belly and your chest with that relaxed sensation. Send it down around your low back, your glutes, your hips. If there's any engagement happening along the way, let it go. Send it down your legs. Relax through your quads, your hamstrings. Down around your knees, into your shins and your calves. Circling around your ankles, making its way through the soles of your feet and into your toes. Until you're completely filled with this peaceful sensation, this light, this warmth. Try to stay here in this stillness for the next couple minutes as I play the sound bowls. I'll call you out when it's time to move. You start to bring some movement back into your fingers and into your toes. Back into your body, back into your space. Start to flip over your palms. And then nice and slow, start to make your way up into a seat. A seated position. Lay your pillow out to your side. Come into just a traditional cross-legged seat on your blanket. Hands are going to come to your knees. Inhale, cow pose. Press your belly out. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Let your head and neck fall back. Exhale, cat. Draw your chin into your chest. Round through your spine. Lean back, find some resistance against your knees. Knees will even lift up off the mat. Feel the stretch along the back of your neck and upper back. Inhale, cow, belly presses forward. Shoulder blades squeeze, chin lifts. And exhale, catch, round it forward. Take 2 more of these at your own pace. Finding breath to movement, inhaling into one pose, and exhaling into the next. And then come into your traditional seat, sitting up nice and tall. Now we're going to find some circles in the spine. So you're going to press your belly out, and then you're leaning over to your left. You're going to come back to that cat pose, and then you're moving over towards the right. Back to the center, pressing your belly and chest out. Over to the left. Getting some circles going in the spine. Take 3 circles in one direction. And then once you hit your 3, start to rotate the other way, circles in the other direction. And once you get back to center, draw your right hand down to the floor beside you. Reach your left arm up and over to the right. Take your gaze up, keep your shoulder open. Stretching through that left side of your body, try to draw your left hip down towards the mat. And press into your right hand, reach your left arm up and over. Left hand comes down to the mat. Right arm reaches high and over. And press into your hand, inhale, arms high. Exhale, hands down by your side. You're going to scoot yourself off your blanket, and you're going to start to roll your blanket up underneath you. Getting into the hamstrings. We're going to send our legs long, and your blanket is going to be underneath your knees. Slight bend in the knees so that you can really direct the stretch into the belly of the hamstring instead of getting that tingling sensation behind your knees like we sometimes do in our forward folds. So you have all of these props, and we're going to be here for a few minutes. So maybe you start nice and easy. Pull your pillow over to the side. And then maybe once you create space in your hamstrings, you take it a little bit deeper. If you want to go very deep, you can place a block out in front of you. Use your strap to hook around your block, keeping your feet flat, finding an even deeper forward fold. So I'll start our time now. We'll be here for about 3 minutes. When you're ready, inhale, arms high. And then exhale, find your forward fold. Just about halfway there. Option to stay where you are, take it deeper. About 30 seconds left here. Last couple breaths. Nice and slow. On your next inhale, begin to roll up. You can slide your blanket out from underneath you. And then you're going to bring the soles of your feet together to touch and your knees out wide. The closer you bring your heels in towards your body, the harder the stretch will be. So decide where you want to go. And we are going to come into a forward fold. So maybe you press your heels out a little bit farther. Options here. If your knees are really high, you can place blocks underneath your knees to give them a little bit of support as you fold. And again, you can bring your pillow out in front of you. You can bring it to its side. You can roll up your blanket on top of it. Give your head something to rest on. Make yourself nice and comfortable. Use your props to whatever feels best for you. And then as you're ready, start to find your forward fold. Another 3 minutes here. Try to keep your mind focused. And by focus, I don't mean on something in particular. I just mean if you're finding yourself distracted, if you're finding your mind wandering, your thoughts drifting off, and try to bring them back to this present moment. To the sensations happening in your body and your breath. We're just about halfway there, maybe a little bit over. Last 30 seconds here. Inhale, nice and slow, start to roll back up. Bring your hands to the outsides of your knees. Close your knees like a book. Bring your hands behind you. And then you're going to cross your left ankle over your right knee. I forgot to tell you that it's going to be a hip and hamstring focus today. So getting into that lower body. So once you have a figure four, you can start to walk your heel out if that feels a little bit tight, or you can walk your heel in if you want to take it a little bit deeper depending on how you're feeling in the hips and the glute area. And then we're just gonna rock right and left. Kind of just windshield wipering through our legs, getting into the hips, also into the obliques a little bit, twisting through the spine a little bit. Starting to get some movement going, some mobility going. Take one more on each side. And then on this next one, you're gonna bring your left foot all the way down to the mat or the floor, and you're gonna sit up. So you're kind of at an angle at this point, off the side of your mat. And your left knee is crossed over your right knee, and then you wanna ground down your left hip. Left hand is gonna come behind your left hip. Right arm is gonna reach up high, inhale. Exhale, look over your left shoulder, hook your right arm to the outside of your left knee, and you're gonna take a twist of the spine. Twisting, looking over your left shoulder. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall, lengthening, and then exhale, twisting it a little bit deeper. One more like that. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist it deep. Start to twist around back to center. Bring your hands behind you. Make your way back to your figure four. Uncross your ankle over your knee, and then draw your right ankle over your left knee. Same thing here. You're gonna start to twist left and right. Letting your legs fall in one direction, and then the other. Warming up through those hips, through your spine. You're gonna take one more in each direction. And then on your next one, you're gonna draw your right foot all the way down to the floor, sitting up. Crossing your right knee over your left. My hip automatically has a lot of lift, so I'm gonna press it back down. Hip is grounded down. Right hand reaches behind you, left arm up above, and then exhale, twist, look over your right shoulder, hook your left arm to the outside of your right knee. Sitting up tall in your inhales, twisting a little bit deeper on your exhales. Again, inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist it deep. And start to bring your left arm back around behind you, coming back into your figure four. Uncross your ankles. Come back to a cross-legged seat. And then we're just gonna take a quick forward fold. We're not gonna be in here for too long. Just want you to walk your hands out, release through your low back and your hips. Let your head fall between your biceps. I feel a really big stretch in my low back here. Notice where you feel the sensation. And start to walk your hands back in towards your body. Now we're gonna roll over our knees into tabletop position. Shoulders stacked over your wrists, hips over your ankles. Spread your fingers out nice and wide. Inhale, cow pose, drop your belly, arch your back, chin and tailbone will lift. Exhale, cat, tuck your tailbone under, round through your spine, chin to chest. Press into your palms, puff up between your shoulders. Inhale, cow, belly drops, chin and tailbone lift. And exhale, cat. Close your eyes, take a couple rounds of cat-cow on your own, and then add any additional movements that feel good in your body. Maybe rolling out your neck. Maybe sitting back into child's pose. We skipped child's pose today. So maybe you want to sit back. Maybe you're up forward onto your knees. Press your hips down towards the mat. If you do something on one side, make sure you do it on the other side as well. A couple more breaths here. To take whatever you need. Maybe walk your hands to the right, to the left. And then once you're feeling even on all sides, make your way back to your tabletop position. Tuck your toes, start to turn on your core, take an inhale, and exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips high and back. Down dog is yours to explore. That can be stillness or movement. Pedal out your feet maybe, bending one knee and then the other. Spread your fingers out wide. Try to take roundedness out of your back, pressing belly towards your spine. Big stretch in the hamstrings. Then on your inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, half pigeon. Draw your right shin towards your right wrist. Left foot towards your left hand. You should be warmed up for this. We did a little bit of hip stuff in the beginning to warm you up. So your back leg is long, toes untucked. Front leg is bent out in front of you. And we're gonna fold over our calf. So maybe you place your pillow out in front of you. Maybe if you have a lot of lift in this hip, slide a block or a blanket underneath this hip. And then from here, if you're feeling okay, start to come all the way down onto your pillow. If this hurts your knee, I want to give you the option to come onto your back for a figure four and release your fingers around your hamstring or your shin, and you'll still get the same stretch in the hips. So choose your poison, decide where you want to go, and we'll be here for about 3 minutes. Try to send your exhales into those tension areas. And while you're here, try to release tension somewhere. So if you're super tight in the hips, try to release tension in your jaw and your shoulders. Already over halfway there. Just about your last 30 seconds here. Keep breathing. Your inhale, start to rise up. Lift your chest, plant your palms. Now you're going to sit into your right hip and you're opening up to the long side of your mat, sitting into your left hip as well. You're going to heel toe your right foot to your inner thigh. From here, reach your left hand to the outside of your left foot. Reach your right arm up and over. We're opening through the shoulder and looking up first. Stretching through our right side body like we did in the beginning of class. And then on your inhale, lift up a little bit higher, square your shoulders. Exhale, fold, nose towards knee. So now we're working into the hamstring instead of the side body. Try to draw your right elbow down to the mat as well, keeping your shoulders, your chest squared. Not in this one as long as the others, just a minute here. Last breath. On your inhale, start to lift your chest. You're going to bring your right arm high, circling it around to the mat. Left arm high, circle it around to the mat. Lift up into three-legged dog. Right leg comes high. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Take a few circles into one direction. Circles into the other direction. Option to flip your dog here if that's in your practice and you're craving a little bit of a back bend. Or just make your way down to downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high. We'll get into the other side. Exhale, half pigeon. Left shin is going to come forward. Back leg is long behind us. Back toes untucked. And then same thing here. If you use a pillow, come onto your pillow. The side might feel different. So if you need a pillow or a blanket underneath your hip, slide a pillow or a blanket underneath there. We're not usually even from side to side. And then when you're ready, start to forward fold onto your props. And you'll have 3 minutes here. Keep those hips squared. I don't want to see anyone leaning into their hip. I know I can't see you, but imagine if I could. I would come over there and I would shift those hips so that they were squared. Try to go for equal sensation rather than equal depth. So I'm using a pillow on this side even though I didn't on the other side, because when I use my pillow here, I feel the same sensation as I do not using my pillow on the other side, because I'm a little bit tighter on this side. So you don't have to go to the same depth as you did on the other side. Try to go for that equal sensation, finding your edge on both sides. Over halfway there. About 30 seconds left here. Your next inhale, start to rise up, lifting your chest off the mat. Sit into your left hip, open up to the side. So now you're facing the long side of your mat. You're gonna heel toe your left foot into your inner thigh. Reach your right hand for the outside of your right foot. Reach your left arm up and over, stretching through that left side body. Then on your next inhale, you're gonna lift just a little bit. Square your shoulders, find a forward fold. So now we're stretching into our right hamstring rather than our side body. Drawing nose to knee for a minute here. On your inhale, start to rise up. Left arm is going to come up and over. Right arm is going to come up and over. Coming into three-legged dog, sending your left leg high. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Take those big circles into one direction. Big circles into the other direction. Come back to downward facing dog. Lift your heels, look forward. Start to walk your feet behind your hands for Ragdoll Uttanasana. Grab onto opposite elbows, look in between your legs. Bend your knees as much as you need to here. This is all about the decompression of the spine rather than the hamstring stretch. So bend your knees, look in between your legs. Shift your weight forward and back. Maybe sway the elbows left and right. Bring your fingertips down to the mat. Heel to your feet back together to touch. Big toes to touch, sliver of space between your heels. And then on your inhale, lift your heels so you're up onto your tippy toes. Exhale, squat and curl. Curl into a tiny little yoga ball. Keeping the lift in your heels, press your ankles forward. Chin to your chest, use your biceps to pull your knees in together to touch. Tiny little ball here. For a breath or two. And we're gonna come into a seat. So you can just come off and sit into your booty. All right, you're gonna open up to the side, coming into caterpillar pose. Legs are out nice and wide, flexing through your toes. Bring your pillow out in front of you. Maybe you roll up your blanket. Maybe a block comes on top. Whatever feels good. So the wider you open up your stance, the tougher this stretch will be. So decide where you want to go, how deep you want to take it. Keep a slight flex in your toes, not so much that your heels are lifting off the mat, but just enough so that you don't have any internal rotation. So keeping the flex in your toes. Stack your props as much as you need to. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, actually bring your hands down to the mat really quick and start to rock left and right. So just kind of starting to stretch out through the hips. As you rock left and right, start to work your way down towards your pillow. And then when you're ready, finding your forward fold with as many or as little props as feels good. Keeping the flex in the toes. I'll let you know when you're halfway there. So if you have one ear on your pillow, you can switch to the other ear. You're just about halfway there. Last 30 seconds here. You're gonna inhale nice and slow, bring your hands down to the mat. And then you're gonna rock left and right, just like we got into it, making our way back out of it. All right, we're gonna switch back to the top of our mat. Legs are long. You're gonna grab your right leg. Grabbing onto your right leg, you're just gonna give yourself a hug. So your right foot comes into your elbow crease, right arm comes around. And from here, you're just gonna kind of rock left and right. Stretching out this hip, open it up. And then from here, you're gonna release your right hand back behind you. You're gonna start to roll out this hip. So like you're on a foam roller, but you're using your body weight here. Rolling it out. This is one of my favorite stretches. Get into this glutes, especially if you did my hip mobility and strengthening and flexibility power yoga class. This one feels so good after. Roll out those hips. If you want hip work, I highly recommend taking that class. All right. Send that leg long. Tug onto our left leg. Pull your left foot into your left elbow crease, right arm wraps around. We're gonna rock left and right. Give yourself a hug. Just finding some rocks. And then when you're ready, you're gonna release your left arm, left hand back behind you. And you're gonna roll out this hip. Oh yeah. Kind of explore. You can even roll back onto your low back a little bit. To your side, whatever you need. Alrighty, back to center. Release your leg long. All right, we're gonna come out to our backs. If you have 2 blocks, you're gonna make a T behind you. If you don't have 2 blocks, don't worry, I'm gonna show you an alternative option. So you're gonna make a T behind you with your blocks. A couple of inches of space between your 2 blocks here. And then you're gonna come down onto your blocks. The first one will land mostly in between your shoulder blades on your thoracic spine, so mid to upper back. And then your head is gonna rest on that second block. From here, you're gonna let your knees fall out wide, soles of your feet come together to touch, arms by your sides. So adjust your blocks as you need to once you lie back. Maybe you stay here. If you don't have blocks, we're gonna use our pillow. So same thing, but we're just gonna lie back onto our pillow. Bringing our pillow to our low back, you can come into the leg variation first, and of course you can always put blocks underneath your knees. You're just gonna lay back onto your pillow, arms out to your sides. This actually, I think, takes a little bit deeper into the hips. This one I can definitely feel it more in the opening of the hips here. And then with the blocks, I feel it more opening in the shoulders. So decide where you want to go. Close your eyes. Stay where you are. Come back into those nice deep breaths. Long inhales, long exhales. See if you can deepen. Maybe you get up to a 5 or 6 second inhale, 5 or 6 second exhale. Feel the rise and the fall of your belly with your breath. Nice and slow, bring your hands to the outsides of your knees. Close your knees like a book. We're gonna come into Savasana from here. So if you want to take Savasana with your pillow underneath you, you can just send your legs out long. Arms out to your sides. Spread your feet out nice and wide, take up some space. If you prefer traditional Savasana, take your pillow out from underneath you, take your blocks out from underneath you. Be careful coming out of your blocks. Carefully tucking chin to chest and then rolling onto your forearm to come on out. And then make your way onto your back, coming into a comfortable laying position, starting to close your eyes. Take an inhale through your nose, fill up. Open off, exhale, let it go. Do exhale, relaxing into your space, onto your mat, onto your pillow. Take one more like that, inhale, fill up. Exhale, sink into your mat. Try to tap back into that space that we were in at the beginning of class, that quiet space of mind and body, that meditative space. Take that scan of your body from the crown of your head, work your way down, relaxing muscles along the way in your neck and your shoulders and your arms. Come back into that stillness, that peace. Play the bowls and I'll call you out when it's time. worries. If you have the time, the space, the energy, you'd like to stay in meditation, stay in Savasana for a little while, you're more than welcome to stay right where you are. I would encourage it. If you think you have another 10 or 20 breaths in you, stay right there. If you're feeling like you're ready to move on, bring some movement into your fingers and your toes. Bring your arms up overhead for a full body stretch. And make your way onto your right or left side for fetal position. Pulling your knees up, using your bicep as a pillow. Take a couple deep breaths wherever you are. Find gratitude for your practice. Honor yourself for creating the space to make it to your mat this morning, to bring that focus inward, to work on your body, your breath, your spirit, your connection to all things, connection to yourself. I know it's not always the easiest thing to make it to our yoga mat, so every single time you do, you should just give yourself a kind of energetic pat on the back. Honor yourself for doing it, for getting here. Find the gratitude in the movement and the stillness as well. When you're ready, keeping your eyes closed, start to make your way up into a seated position. Once you arrive in your seat, draw your hands to heart center, thumbs to sternum. Sit up nice and tall, long spine. Ground your sits bones down into your mat. Draw your thumbs to your sternum. Take an inhale through your nose. Start to fill up. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Inhale your thumbs to third eye center. Your seat of insight and intuition. The love, the light within me bows to, honors, respects the love, the light within you. Wishing you all a very safe, very healthy day. Thank you for sharing your breath, your energy with me. I'm so honored to be here, to be able to practice with you. Even if it's from home, I can still feel the vibes. Love you guys so much. Let's do one bow together to seal in our practice. Namaste. Thank you, yogis. Thank you for taking the time to slow down with me. My name's Megan, and I'll be here every Wednesday at 10:45 live on Facebook for a restorative yoga class. And if you can't catch me live, no worries. You can find all of these videos in the video section on Facebook, on our YouTube channel, and I believe they're even in our website linked to our YouTube channel. So there's lots of places to watch. I also teach a power flow before this at 9:30, so if you feel like getting your sweat on and then stretching, I'll be here. Our next yoga class is tomorrow, Thursday at 5 p.m. Vinyasa Flow with Josie. Check in. I'll be there doing it with you guys. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you so much for being here. See you soon. Namaste.